Ashurbanipal, son of Esarhaddon, took the throne in Assyria in 669 BC, 55 years before the Medes and the Babylonians would destroy the Assyrian city Nineveh and overthrow the Assyrian Empire. However, Babylon is still under Assyrian control at this point and would remain so until after the death of Ashurbanipal. It's during the reign of Ashurbanipal that the Medes apparently united and appointed a king to defend themselves against the Assyrians. The annals of Ashurbanipal have mention of making raids into the land of the Medes, but unlike in the annals of previous Assyrian kings, there is no more mention of Median city rulers. The exact timeline and history of the Medes during this time cannot be established like it can be for Assyria and Babylon, but the writings of Herodotus that tell of the early Median kings seem to fit here in history. Herodotus says a man named Deioces was made king of Media, and that the Medes constructed the fortified city of Ecbatana to build up a common defense. Phraortes, son of Deioces, was the next Median king, and Herodotus credits Phraortes with expanding the boundaries of Media into areas that also included the tribe of the Parsa, which are also known as the Persians. Herodotus also tells us that Phraortes tried to go against the Assyrians in battle at Nineveh, but Phraortes was killed. Phraortes' son Cyaxares would become the next king of the Medes, and Herodotus tells us that Cyaxares began to build up the Median army. In 630 BC, Ashurbanipal, king of Assyria, died, and the Assyrian Empire went into decline. 4 years later, in 626 BC, Nabopolassar became king of Babylon, and Babylonia declared their independence from Assyrian rule. In 614 BC, the 12th year of Nabopolassar, king of Babylon, we see the Median king Cyaxares showing up in the Babylonian Chronicles, and we can now date Cyaxares, king of the Medes, to an important historical event. Let's read the entry from Nabopolassar's 12th year. The 12th year, in the month Abu, the Medes went along the Tigris and encamped against Ashur. They did battle against the city and destroyed it. They inflicted a terrible defeat upon a great people, plundered and sacked them. Nabopolassar and his army, who had gone to help the Medes, did not reach the battle in time. The city was taken. Nabopolassar and Cyaxares met one another by the city, and together they made an entente cordiale. The Babylonians and the Medes made an alliance at that time to go against their common enemy, the Assyrians. To seal this treaty, Cyaxares, king of the Medes, gave his daughter in marriage to Nabopolassar's son, the crown prince of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. 2 years later, in 612 BC, the 14th year of Nabopolassar, the prophecies in the Bible by both Nahum and Zephaniah would come to fruition regarding the city Nineveh. Let's read the entry from the 14th year of Nabopolassar in the Babylonian Chronicles. The 14th year, Nabopolassar mustered his army and marched against Assyria. The king of the Medes marched towards Nabopolassar, and they met one another. Nabopolassar and his army crossed the Tigris. Cyaxares had to cross the Radanu, and they marched along the bank of the Tigris. In the month Simanu, they encamped against Nineveh. From the month Simanu until the month Abu, for 3 months, they subjected the city to a heavy siege. In the month Abu, they inflicted a major defeat upon a great people. At the same time, Sinsar-Iskun, king of Assyria, died. They carried off the vast booty of the city and the temple and turned the city into a ruin heap. On the 20th day of the month Ululu, Cyaxares and his army went home. So now we can confidently date and synchronize Cyaxares, king of the Medes, to two important historical events: the destruction of the Assyrian city Ashur in the 12th year of Nabopolassar, or 614 BC, and the destruction of Nineveh in the 14th year of Nabopolassar, king of Babylon, or 612 BC. Although we still do not know for certain when to date the beginning and end of the reign of Cyaxares, king of the Medes, these synchronisms give us an important context for his father and grandfather, the first two Median kings, and where they fit approximately in relation to the known history of Assyria and the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal. After the reign of Cyaxares, his son Astyages became the next king of the Medes. Since we don't know for certain how or when the reign of Cyaxares ended, we subsequently also don't know for certain when Astyages began his reign as king of the Medes. We do, however, know for certain when the reign of Astyages, king of the Medes, ended. That's because it's recorded in another Babylonian Chronicle, ABC 7, that the Median army handed over their very own king Astyages to Cyrus the Persian in the 6th year of Nabonidus, king of Babylon, or 550 BC. Next, in Part 4, we will look at the relationship between the Medes and the Persians, both before and after this significant historical global shift in power.